Hey guys, Andrea here. So I'll be around till about 10:30, 11 if anyone joins me. So guys, we're still doing one big massive experiment to see when the lights work. I'm finding that Sunday afternoon works well, but that also is family time as well. Um, so guys, wanted to do a bit of a life update, health update as well. So life update, absolutely amazing day yesterday. I'll put photos up on Facebook. Um, so, in my part of the world, it's school holidays, term break. Um, I know I'm umming and ahhing a lot, guys. I'm sore and sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Is that I'm sore because we went hiking yesterday in Redwood Park. Redwood Park is a park that is looked after by the Toowoomba City Council and being worked on by Friends of the Escarpment. Guys, for higher functioning people in the disability community, there is definitely levels of hiking. You would have to be fit and be able to hike and have no mobility issues. So I'm talking your psychosocial disabilities, autism, ADHD, at least being able to follow directions as well. It is a great hike. I went with people in my personal life and their children as well. It was a bit muddy. Unfortunately, one of the littles, a teen, did have a tumble, but we were able to get her out and get her all checked and she's all fine. But the risk benefit for all of us was we were off devices, we were outdoors, we were able to trust the trail. We packed sandwiches, like for two teens and two adults went through a loaf of white bread sandwiches with various fillings. So it is something that I would suggest for a day trip or community engagement. Um, Guys, we've had a bit of rain in our area, so I'd definitely wait till it dries out because it was the mud that led to the slip. Guys, I decided to think outside the square and I scooted down on my butt. Um, Guys, I'll put the photos up as well. But when this person in my personal life put photos up, someone commented that she's a huge fan of mine, and that then clicked. The subs are real people. And so, guys, this is an ongoing issue. If someone wants to email me, um, so I'll put it in the chat what my professional email is. So that's my. If you want to email me why I'm losing subs, is it that I'm saying things that are controversial? Am I using the wrong language, or is my content not engaging enough? Because guys, I kind of made the decision, had a dream last night, and going, okay, I've got to stop using this as a hobby. I've got to get serious about it and have a production schedule, calendar, and collaborators. So, guys, Social Gamer has reached out to me, still interested in coming on. He's just been unwell. And a lot of people who are running their own businesses are dealing with end of financial year as well. But one topic that we're going to be putting on the production calendar is accountability and parental responsibility. So, because I heard someone bad mouthing a very good friend of the show who's also a support coordinator. Full disclosure, she is my support coordinator. But, guys, this is where I got annoyed because my support coordinator, I let her know we were going hiking and she checked in that I didn't have a fall, I didn't have a tumble, that anything, is there any follow-up she needed to do? And she talked about the risk benefit. The risk for me was, okay, could I have fallen? Could I have had a turn? I didn't. We assessed the risks. We're all so risk averse, taking risks, and it was really good for these teens to get out. Can I say that they are turning into wonderful, wonderful humans? They always have been. These kids are definitely not iPad kids. So what I'm actually going to do for them for Christmas is there's some things that they've suggested that they wanted to do. So over the Christmas school holidays, I'm going to try and help their mother to do these things. There's some museums they want to visit, there's some boutiques, there's some country towns, there's some hiking. One of the more unusual ones is magnet fishing. So I've got to find a spot in our local area and see if that's legal. I'm not going to encourage them to do anything that's illegal as well. So guys, these are all sorts of things that a support worker could have: a book of low-cost ideas, a walk, a hike, visiting the local library. Shout out to Julie Unruly over on TikTok. She takes her day centre guys to the local library and plays chess. Local library. Also, guys, I realise that I'm saying the same creators with media, so I'm going to go in and talk to a local librarian as well. But no, so this person, when I said, hey, look, I hate to stick my nose in the honeypot, but this is what's happened. So I explained that I've heard this person bad-mouthing and essentially gossiping about the support coordinator. So guys, this is where it's so important to be aware of who's listening as well. This person had expected everything to be done for it, but as a parent, she's like, there's no follow-up. Okay, so how many times had you picked up the phone and been on this person's cell? They might forget, they get busy, they might not have capacity. So it is really important to have a bit of compassion and understanding. Realise sometimes that you have to advocate for yourself instead of blaming everyone else as well. Accountability, like, it's something that I've also struggled with. What is a reason and what's an excuse for me? It's huge. But guys, it's something that I'm going to strongly suggest, guys, is getting an exercise book and writing down all of the things to do in your area. Check out blogs, art, walking as well, and like create a Ellie and Carl checklist as well. Some of them might need a bit more planning as well, and definitely work with your participants. But when they're like, I don't know what I want to do today, but I want to get out of the house, definitely some things to do. And Toowoomba has got, where I live, it's got a lot of history as well. And guys, definitely back on track. So if you see me out in the wild, definitely stop, say hello, take a selfie as well. But yeah, and going to do like accountability and responsibility in SILS, because it's funny how the disability community has collectively decided to call them assisted living. So basically, they are a group home with less rules. So we're in a standard townhouse for me. There's 3 residents and I think it's a pool of 10 support workers. And they like have a checklist. And guys, this is something that I've noticed that they're doing. and I think it's great, is that they are encouraging my housemates to do simple things. My housemate, who is medically complex and wheelchair bound, and so they're encouraging her to tell someone when her plate and food needs clearing. She's also learning to move her power wheelchair, so she can at least now get from where she's had her meal to the sink. Absolutely amazing. My other housemate learning how to wash up. She's been very institutionalized. Um, this is where I have some people in my personal life who've gone from ward nursing to community nursing, and they are so overwhelmed. And that's where the inspiration for it takes time and support as well. I was talking to her saying that she's met the archetypal people. So she's met the person who drives, but there is not safe to drive. She's met the person who's like a Pokemon, you've got to find where they're at, they're so active. She's met the person who is care resistant but needs a lot of help. She's met the hoarder. So, guys, there is a lot of what we would call archetypal and stereotypes in support. They're stereotypes because they're true. They had to come from somewhere, guys, as well. Yeah, guys, playing the blame game is not great. Having gratitude is really, really simple. So have a bit of gratitude that there's electricity, that we've got potable water, coffee. Start really simply. I'm starting to write it down as well. Starting to also get professional about the YouTube, other content as well. And guys, riddle me this. I've asked a few people to come on the YouTube and I can go to them, but they're not willing to, but they're willing to come on a podcast. Is it because YouTube is now seen as antisocial? Or is it because they're willing to come on the podcast, which is weird? Or is it that the podcast is seen as social as well? I'm trying to work that one out. Guys, I'll give it till 10:30 if no one's actually around, because I know a few people watch these afterwards as well. Guys, if you follow me over on Rumble, I've been saying Andrea Nunn. It's actually Annie Nunn. So I put some things that I would definitely get shadow banned for on YouTube. So, guys, I think I need to do my links and I'll put them around. With the podcast, we're taking 2 weeks off. Deb's hoping to come over and record over on the weekend as well. So she gives up a lot of her free time to record with me and help me out and to level this up as well. Guys, health update. Went and saw the rheumatologist. So rheumatologist specializes in degenerative diseases of the joints, so things like arthritis of the joints and of the limbs. So, guys, it's really, really good news. All of my blood tests are fine. She's happy with me. She wants me to work with the nutritionist a lot more. Something that she said blew my mind was that from where I've come from, being tired, grumpy, living on caffeine, well, I still live on caffeine, to where I am now, using a taxi, not needing as much support. Guys, she's saying a lot of people never get to this stage. Once they get on support, they degrade and they degrade and they degrade. She said that I must have that spark. If you know, you know. So, guys, you just see it in dancers who, like the child who, or the toddler who is exposed to classical music and just wants to wander into the orchestra pit or the concert stage or wherever and just is mesmerized. You see it in the person who sees the ballerina and is mesmerized. Just that spark, and it ignites something in them. She said that there must have been something last year that ignites a passion in me. Guys, I can't place what it is. I think it was that I realized I was going to hit 40, that what had I achieved? I was also very depressed last year, and so I think there was a multitude of factors that led to that as well. And let's just say I am a much, much happier person as well. So, guys, that's the thing. Happiness is actively a choice. I'm not talking toxic positivity, Pollyanna, everything is fine. I'm talking about going, okay, well, yeah, this might be a shitty situation, but I've got food in the fridge. It might be noodles, ramen, and milk, but it's food in the fridge. I've got support as well. So, guys, I think the big thing is gratitude as well. Gratitude and getting out of my head a lot more has been absolutely amazing as well. So, guys, guess I've got coming up. So, I've got the Social Gamer, got Deb coming on the podcast. Also working through the logistics to get a exercise physiologist and a physio on the channel. Hoping to have some of my support team in the housing coming on, but we were just working through the logistics of that. Is that a breach of privacy? How do we work around that as well? Going to catch up with also another very good friend of the show who did my very first podcast. She was a support worker pre-NDIS. Guys, I've been meaning to see her. She lives in the same block. But I haven't made the effort to go and see her. That's the other thing that I've decided to make an effort with family relationships and friendships as well. So I think when you kind of set your mind on a goal and decide on it as well, that is huge. Guys, I realised that I'm fixating on the same creators on the media literacy. So when I emailed our local council saying, can I talk to a local librarian, they're going, yeah, they can't come on the podcast, but definitely go and talk to them about it. They'd at least have some material. Yeah, you can definitely photograph books as well. Because, guys, let's admit it, in the Western world, we do have a literacy crisis as well. I don't know whether it's by design, whether it's law of unintended consequences, or what. So, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Guys, I hope you really starting to enjoy the content. And guys, the other thing that I'm really enjoying is, and I kind of knew but I didn't at the same time, is once you make that decision to get organised and put policies and procedures in place, guys, you naturally stay organised. Like, today is Friday, so I've got a calendar of chores that I needed to do, so I've got a free weekend. But this is something that I'm going to encourage people in SIL houses to do if you've got the capabilities of it. So support workers in the SIL have got a lot of cleaning to do. So it's basically like being a mum to adults in a SIL house. Let's be real. That's what it's like. So you are paid to be the adult in the room. But if that person is able to hold a vacuum, if they're able to, some people aren't, some people are, but I found that there's some things that aren't my responsibility, but I do try to occasionally help out the support workers. Like if I see my housemates have got a bit of washing, I've got a bit of washing and they'll make a full load. All of our stuff is named. So that is huge. We put a household loan in. So, guys, this is where taking those small risks is huge. So, what's the risks there? Is that some people are going to be annoyed that they don't have a whole load. But the benefit is that the support workers have got time in the long run as well. Guys, if you can get your chores done on a Friday evening, and your shopping list and things like that, that sets you up for a great weekend, whether that be family time, whether that be rest and recreation, whether that be craft, as well. Guys, I have actually realised, and it's taken me a while, that in the context of disability, yes, I am rich. I'm not rich by any means. I would say middle class. Like I do live on a government income, but through good financial literacy, through savings, I was able to stretch it out. I do also have a few profitable hobbies as well. But also, guys, let me know why I'm losing subs, guys. That would be a huge help as well. So, yep, just to reiterate, topics that I've got coming up is the social gamer, talking about gaming therapy. Deb and I are going to do parental responsibility in NDIS because, guys, I'm so sick of people whinging on TikTok that support workers won't drop the kids to school or daycare or whatever. That is a parental responsibility. Kids generally don't get transport to and from school. They might get it like if they're in Resi care as well. And guys, I saw a TikTok blaming people for putting a very violent autistic person in a facility in America. Guys, what they did helped their able-bodied siblings to not be glass children. Also going to do the glass child and what it is as well. Because there are some people who think they're the glass children but really aren't. Their parents did their damnedest. Guys, I saw a really good TikTok of, yeah, you can realise you were the glass child, but once you hit an adulthood, it's your responsibility to heal. You can choose to blame and get stuck, or you can choose to pick up the phone, get into therapy, and help. And guys, I know America doesn't have universal healthcare system, but I know there is apps and stuff out there that you can use. Surely there'd be some sort of resource out there. Guys, drop it in the chat or the comments as well. Then, yeah, personal responsibility and accountability. Because, guys, this is why I don't join any of the disability advocacy groups, even though it is Disability Pride Month. And yes, that is a thing. Disability Pride Month is about claiming identity, about claiming our rights, and it is actually where the body positivity movement started. It then turned into fat acceptance, which is definitely not healthy. Unfortunately, you can't be healthy at every size. Yes, there's medical conditions and stuff like that, but it came from celebrating what our bodies can do if you're a mobility aid user, if you've had to have an amputation, if you are like me and have a movement disorder. And unfortunately, it did get co-opted as well. So, guys, really huge one there. It's just that a lot of times I see the poor me, I've got a disability, so I can't be held responsible for it. Guys, there is something that is called the diagnosis to prison pipeline. This is where I've realised there's a huge gap for parental consent. And guys, I've had some great feedback of the resources for support workers, so I'm going to be doing more with Deb as well. So guys, I'll leave it there. If you're watching this after the fact, email is in the chat. I hope you're enjoying the content. But guys, would really love to hear why I'm losing subs. Is it that you're just not interested in the content? Is it bad actors? Is it an attack? Is it bots? See you guys. And have a great weekend, guys. I won't be doing a live this weekend. Going to probably try and look at them once a month. Okay, see ya.